a user in the US would like a small refreshment about units in the Imperial environment in the USA. If we take a simple example, here's a line that's been drawn horizontally, and we want it to have a length. We've measured a length of 12 feet 9 inches. If you look in the properties box, notice that the length is 12.75. That means that in the US we draw in decimal feet, but if we want, as most of us would, the results to be reported in the Imperial architectural system, we need to have a dimension style operational, and this style is architectural. And so if we go into dimensions and modify, and I'll list it first, I've set our dimension style at architectural, and if we come across to units, we can set a name style, which is architectural. We can set a precision. We can say what is the decimal separator, and we pop in a measurement scale of 12. That's the conversion factor, of course, to inches. So the conversion's done for us. That is a linear horizontal line. If I draw the same length line now at an angle, or an odd angle, 29.71, but also draw in decimal feet 12.75, then the dimension style that's in operation converts that to what we are after in the Imperial system. So it's not terribly hard to convert any measure that you've done with an Imperial tape and input. There are plenty of these on the web. You can input your number of feet, number of inches, and even fractions of an inch, and that will do a conversion for you to decimal feet. Most users would set a layer LDIM as current. They would also come across to their OSNAP settings, turn object snap on, and in most instances we're going to want a running OSNAP, one that's on all the time. Notice down in the status line, when we say OK to that, that OSNAP goes red. So let's remove this particular angular dimension and pick it up again. So here's our aligned dimension. Pick the tool. The prompt says specify the first extension line origin. Notice now we jump automatically here and there, and because that dimension style is current, that does the job very nicely. It's a good idea to turn OSNAP off. You can do that with a simple click on that tab in the status line. While we're at it, let's discuss the use of the area tool. We've drawn a rectangle, and we now want to jump to the endpoint of a rectangle. That's gCADPlus is finding that difficult because the rectangle is an interesting command. If we explode it and then pick it again, we now have it drawn as a polyline. So the rectangle's drawn as a polyline. Now that it's exploded, we should be able to use the area command. And our first point, we need to put OSNAP back on, jump there, there, and down here. And we click, and to get the answer we want, click back at the origin, and gCADPlus gives you a cross-hatched yellow zone, and the area totals 100 units. So if we pick this rectangle, which you remember we exploded, the distance from that point to that point is 10, and of course the distance from that point there to there also 10, so the area of the rectangle is 100 square units, and our units, our base units, are decimal feet, so we have 100 square feet as that area.